So my name's Craig Ford. I'm the owner of the Bathing Ape store in London. I also have a wholesale distribution and PR company looking after various, it's called A Number of Names, and I look after various brands including Chevignon from France. We're relaunching it for autumn winter. One of the main brands I look after is Billionaire Boys Club and Ice Cream. I also look after gourmet footwear from the States. We've just launched Nigo's new tailoring line called Mr. Bathing Ape, and we're going to be launching his new vintage style line called Human Made. We also work with Aaron Bondaroff and his label A New Yorker. I first got into clothing through music because I was always interested in music since I was a kid. I bought my first record when I was 10, which was Adam and the Ants, Kings of the World Frontier. And he was really into clothes. That got me into clothes. Then I got into the specials. Then I went kind of back in time, got into the Who, and all the bands I liked had a really good look. They were into clothes. That's what got me into clothes. The first person that gave me a job in fashion was a guy from Scotland called Cathal McAteer, who owns a brand called Folk Clothing now. And he was the manager of a shop in Glasgow called Each Nissan, which sold a lot of brands I like, mainly Duffer St George, but I couldn't really afford anything, so I used to just hang around in the store, and he gave me a job eventually. Brands like Duffer became very popular in Japan because the guys in Japan really understood the brand. People in Japan had similar reference points and similar knowledge of classic men's clothing, especially American preppy, Ivy League, sportswear and outdoor stuff. Travelling to Japan the first time I went there in the mid-90s was really eye-opening. I saw lots of amazing brands, from streetwear brands to classic American brands to classic British brands and Italian brands. But the way they were presented in Japan was just far superior than the way they were in their own native countries. I became a stylist by chance. A friend of mine called Emily, he just started styling. I think it was just to make some extra money and maybe to get some free clothes as well. And through our relationships with people at Creation Records, we ended up doing styling for a lot of their bands, including Primal Scream, Jesus and Mary Chain and Oasis. So through styling I got to work with photographers like Corin Day and Terry Richardson. Bape opened in London in 2002. The store closed at the end of 2009 for a refit. We moved Bape to the basement of Dover Street Market and we opened the Nowhere store. Nowhere is the first store that Nigo and Jim from Undercover had together in Harrogate. Britain is unique as a country because it spawned a lot of culture, youth culture. It's from the 50s, 60s with jazz, rock and roll, mods, rockers, through the 70s with punk rock, and then the 80s with football casual and later acid house. So people in Britain have a real history with youth culture and fast moving trends. I'm very lucky to have worked with really amazing brands from when I started working in clothing, and the brands I've worked with have all had really passionate people behind them who really understand product, and that comes through in the product and the way they're presented, and consumers react really well to that. So I'm really lucky to have worked with all the brands I've worked with.